Dean, when we think of that term calling, I think it can mean different things for different people, and maybe even in our context that way. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple. I'm always a guy when I start out I always want to understand, okay, well, what does it mean, right? And I use the Googler a little bit to to go like kind of look it up. The definition of calling, if you look at the dictionary definition, is a strong urge toward a particular way of life or a career. Again, a strong urge toward a particular way of life or a career. And it's often used in a religious context, right? So for most people, you're accustomed to hearing this notion of calling in a religious context, as in God's calling me to this, or God's calling me into ministry, or whatever it is, right? We talk about it in a secular context rather than a spiritual context. Although I would tell you that I think for a lot of the people we know, Joanne Miller was a coach at Gallup who was a nun, is a nun. And so we know a lot of people in faith-based communities that use strength. And so it is both a secular calling as well as a spiritual one. But we think about it more of in kind of a secular context, where we think about what is it that you're meant to do? What is it that you find yourself being meant to do? And for a lot of us that do strengths coaching, there's that sense. It's like, wow, this is what I'm designed for, or this is what I'm meant to do.